So while Trump was killing the enemies of America overseas, comedian Ricky Gervais was taking them out here. He was at the Golden Globes. This was the fifth and last time he was going to host the Golden Globes. And as he said, he no longer cares, and he actually never cared, he said. And you know this speech was a big deal because both the New York Times and the Washington Post, who are living under the illusion that anyone cares what they think about culture. They still think the New York Times used to have a really powerful hand in culture and still has a powerful hand in stagnant, sclerotic, old-fashioned culture, like what New York people think is culture, but they have absolutely no relevance. But they both, New York Times and the Washington Post, said, "Oh, this speech didn't mean it. Oh, nobody cared. Nobody cared about." No. This is the way they handle these things. They either ignore them or they pretend that we, who really know the culture, know this didn't matter. But the fact is, nobody was watching the Golden Globes, but everybody was tweeting Ricky Gervais's speech, and Hollywood Hypocrites, I think it was trending on Twitter. Here's the thing. There's an important clip where Gervais told people to get up and accept your awards and don't make political speeches. And everybody's playing that part of the clip, but they're not playing the part that comes before. I'm going to play the whole clip, and you have to listen carefully because this is the heart of what Gervais said, and it's so important to our understanding of culture right now and of the dilemma leftists are in. Here's Gervais telling people, telling the award winners not to come up and make political speeches.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, a superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
We couldn't play what he told them to do, but he said, and get off. Thank you. But everyone's playing the part where he says, don't make political speeches because you don't know what you're talking about. But what he begins by saying is he talks about Apple, Amazon, Disney, and the fact that these are corrupt and abusive companies. And Tim Cook of Apple was sitting right there with that little tight smile on his face like he was thinking, I'm going to have this guy killed. And this is the same guy, Tim Cook, who got up and made that incredibly self-righteous speech about how he was going to ban hate speech from his platforms because it's the right thing to do. I mean, and what does that mean? It means people who disagree with Tim Cook. It means the CEO of a gazillion-dollar company is going to be telling ordinary Americans what they can and can't say on his platforms. It is a violation of every American principle. It is not righteousness. It is self-righteousness. And these are companies, and you know, Disney owns ABC. ABC are the guys who killed the Jeffrey Epstein story and then went after the whistleblower who revealed that they killed the Jeffrey Epstein story. I mean, these are, and Gervais had something to say about Epstein, too, that was pretty funny. He was talking about the show Bird Box, which was on Netflix and was kind of, if you saw A Quiet Place where you weren't allowed to speak, this was an apocalyptic story where you weren't allowed to open your eyes or you would see something that would drive you insane. And here's how he announced that award.
Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it.
All right, that was the wrong clip. I wanted the clip on that. Let's go back and just play the clip on Epstein, this cut 7.
You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
I know he's your friend. I mean, look, it's important. This is a guy who did know all these people, who knew the richest people there. He made a joke about Ronan Farrow coming after all the executives because they're all sexually abusive. It matters that these are the people lecturing you and me about our morality. These are the people who are selling you a kind of feminism that makes no sense. Before you go, one last thing. Hit the subscribe button so that you stay up to date on all our content.